Hey, what's up? My name is Tyson Brown and I want to welcome you to Tyson's Fitness Tips podcast. This is Australia's top health and fitness podcast to help you lose weight, look good with your shirt off, feel confident in your body, and finally achieve the goals you want with your health and fitness. So 5 days a week, I'm going to be giving you top information from myself and also from leading experts in the field so you know everything you need to do to get in the best shape of your life. From nutrition to mindset to workout, everything is covered in this podcast and you need to go nowhere else. So like I said, it's going to be 5 days a week, Monday to Friday, in your ears with quick actionable segments that you can implement straight away, because the most important thing is that you can put these things into play. Also, if you listen all the way to the end of the episode, you're going to get 2 special gifts that you can download upon listening to it. So make sure you listen all the way to the end to get those free gifts, okay? So let's get into the episode. Good morning and happy Tuesday to you. I'm going to be answering the questions. Boom. Put this one up first of all while I try and log into this other password. 100. I like my little daily Q&A thing. It's not too bad, is it? Hey Darren, what's going on, mate? Thanks for joining. I sent you a message so we can get that sorted soon, so we can get you on your way there. Hey, what's going on, LJD? How you doing? Can you guys hear me okay? Just let me know if you can hear me okay. I want to make sure that I'm not muffled or anything like that. I'm going to get this set up in a second. I'm just trying to get my lives all sorted on everything else. Yep, you can hear me? Sweet, good to hear. Darren, mate, you're going to be in the 30-day challenge. I actually sent you a message on Instagram, so make sure to check, because I will add you to the group and we'll go from there. So let's have a look here while I set up my live. I'm going to be answering some questions for you guys. If you have any other questions, you can actually pop the questions in below in the comments, but I'm going to be answering questions that people asked me earlier. So I'm just going to set this here. Oops, shit. While I write my... hey, what's going on, Balgag? Answering... oh, shit. QNA Tuesday. Ah! There we go, that's alright. Set that back like that. Boom, there we go. Q&A, ask your fitness questions. Sorry, I was trying to set up my Facebook, guys. Fitness questions. Hey, what's going on, Shaka? Cool, alright, well, while I got this sorted, while my live is actually on now, I can start talking about the topics that I've been asked. So, the first question came from Kip Musk, and she asked, why do my shins hurt when I skip? Now, that's a really good question. So what happens is when your body isn't used to doing an exercise, you'll start to develop shin splints when you start running or when you start skipping. When you start doing impacting movements that are constantly jarring, what's going to happen, because your body isn't used to that for a long period, for doing those repetitive motions long periods of time, you're actually going to get shin splints. And so what happens is they start to hurt after a while. It's because they're not used to that impact. So what you need to do is, if you're experiencing this, you need to, hey, yeah, Shark, you actually need to cut back how much you're doing, and then you need to build up over time. So what you need to think about is like, okay, if I'm getting shin splints now, maybe instead of doing 20 minutes of skipping, I do 15 minutes of skipping, and see if the pain starts to subside, because your body isn't used to doing that much amount of volume, so you need to scale it back, all right? And then from there, you can slowly increment, so you go to 15 minutes to 16 minutes, 16 minutes to 17 minutes. Every I'd say about 10 days, you slowly increment you slowly go up over time, and that's what's going to help. And the same thing comes to running. If you're someone who likes to run, but you notice you get shin splints or you notice your knees start to hurt, it's simply because you're adding too much volume, like you're doing too much extra work that your body isn't used to. So what you need to do is you need to cut back on how much you're doing so far. Hey Samir, what you need to do is you need to cut back on what you're doing, reduce it until the pain goes away, and then slowly build yourself up. You can't just jump straight into a brand new routine, or you can't go from running 0 to running 5 or 10 Ks, whatever it is, in the snap of a finger, because what you're going to do is you're going to just be putting too much wear and tear on your body too quickly, and it's not used to it. So Kip Musk, I hope that answers your question. Is it Kip Musk? KYP MUSC. But I hope that answers your question. If it didn't, make sure you ask again, because I'm happy to help if that didn't answer it. So remember, scale back. So if you're doing 20 minutes a day, scale back to 15 minutes a day or 10 minutes a day, and then work your way back up and see how you go from there. So another question that I got asked was, when you do the 30-minute walk, doesn't matter how many steps you put in during that time. Thomas, what's up, mate? Hey, Craig. So good question. When it comes to doing your 30-minute walk, is it the same thing with ankle pain? Bullgag, with ankle pain, it could be that repetitive motion. When do you get ankle pain? Do you get it when you're running or when you're skipping or anything like that? Or is there a certain exercise that actually causes the ankle pain? Hey, Connor, how you doing? When you do 30-minute walk, doesn't matter how many steps you do in that time. So as you guys can see, in the morning I do the 30-minute walk. First thing, as soon as I wake up, I have a shot of coffee, I get outside, I go for a walk. And what happens is, when I go for a walk, I don't do like a leisurely walk. I'll kind of go a little bit faster. Like, I do put a pace into it. I do consciously make the effort to, let's say, power walk type of thing, but I don't count my steps or anything like that. Usually in the half an hour, I'll probably get about 3,000 steps, maybe 3,500, I think, on roughly. But like, you're not, it's just a power walk. Like, you don't have to track exactly your steps, but it's not a leisurely walk. You're not taking your time, wandering around. Put on some headphones, go and listen to some music, or listen to an audio book, or listen to a podcast. Couple of podcasts out there I really like. Tyson's Fitness Tips, wink wink. But no, there's a couple of fitness podcasts I like to listen to. Tim Ferriss, or I'll read an audio book. At the moment I'm reading Sapiens, and I'm also reading one called Psycho-Cybernetics. But basically I'll just go for a power walk, and I'll be walking for about half an hour, and it's kind of like a good fast pace, enough to, I could sustain that probably for at least a couple hours. Like, you're walking fast and that's about it. You're not trying to run, you're not trying to get your heart rate going. It's just to move the body to get some blood flow going. So it's not a leisurely walk, but it's not a run either. Just find a power walk thing. Now, the question came up before about, is ankle pain the same? And Bullgag says he gets it when he's running. Bullgag, I can't believe I'm saying that on camera. Bullgag, yes. It's probably, if you aren't used to doing that exercise, or if you've going from like 0K to 5K or 10K, whatever it is, and you haven't worked it up, it could be ankle pain. Does it happen after a certain amount of time? Is that when you start to get the ankle pain, or do you get it immediately? So that's the question too. Like, if you start to get it immediately, then it might not be that you've done from 0 to nothing. It might actually be an underlying problem that you need to get sorted. So maybe you might be flat-footed, or maybe you might be striking the ground differently. Hey guys, what's going on? So it's good to look at that too. Tyler, what's up? Devstagram, be you always. Oh wow, a lot of you guys are coming on. So it's always good to immediately. Okay, so immediately, what I would actually look at then is, you got to think about what shoe you've got. You've got to think about how you strike. So there's actually a good way to run. You want to run on the ball of your foot, which is like, imagine like if these are your toes, and this is the ball of your foot, and you don't want to heel strike. So if you're heel striking, what you're doing is, if that's my foot, right? It's a weird thing, but if that's my foot, an ugly foot at that, and I'm heel striking here, I'm sending shock straight back up here. And if your ankle is going to be here, that is definitely an ugly foot. If your ankle is going to be here, this is where you could be getting the pain, because you are doing constant impact on that. So then again, if you're on the ball of your foot and you're springing forwards, you are not going to be causing that ankle pain. So changing the way you run. Now, that I'm in no way a running mechanic. Is that a word? I'm no way a running mechanic. Expert? I'm no way a running expert. So I would still look into this more. But changing the way you run, changing your shoe, maybe just go to walking for a bit. If it causes pain, you probably want to stop, all right? That is a big thing. Like, if anything is causing you pain, if you're doing an exercise at the gym, if you were doing running, if you were doing rowing, if you're doing whatever it is, hey, Chabab, whatever you are doing, if it starts to cause pain, you need to fucking stop it immediately. Because you know what's going to happen? If you keep going, if you keep doing that repetitive motion, it's going to mess you up in the long run. So make sure, if you feel pain, just stop. Like, it's better to stop now instead of keep pushing through and then recover quicker, as opposed to going, I'm just going to push through, I'm just going to keep going. Because you're going to enhance that injury, you're probably going to put yourself out for longer, then you're not going to be able to move, and you're probably going to put on weight because you feel like shit, you're not going to move, you start eating like shit, like it just becomes a cascading effect. So that's what I would say. I hope that really helped, Bullgag. Cut back on the running, do a little bit of research, try and change your running mechanics, change your shoes, and see if that makes a difference for you. What other questions have we got here? Bullgag, it still makes me fucking laugh. Actually, I got a question yesterday about celery juice diet. So apparently there's this thing about celery juice diet that I had to have a look at. And people were talking about, oh my God, I have celery juice in the morning with lemon and I feel so refreshed and it's amazing and I'm losing weight. It's like, yeah, celery juice. Like, you're drinking celery, lemon, and water. There's no fucking calories in that. Like, a squeeze of lemon, a couple of things of celery. Okay, celery's got some calories in it, like hardly anything. But if you're gonna have a celery juice and you're telling me that's the way you're gonna lose weight, like, you're fucking mental. Do you really want to live off celery juice? Who wants to drink celery juice, first of all? Number one. If someone's telling you you can lose weight by drinking a shake, by drinking a juice, by, what are they, juice fasting, all that shit, like, like, slap the fucking person in the face. Just like, chua, chua, chua. Because if seriously, if someone's trying to tell you can lose weight with this quick fix, and it's like celery juice, or it's like fucking, if it's a quick fix, they're fucking lying to you and they're trying to sell you something, okay? And it most likely is like, oh, I've got this opportunity for you. I think it's perfect. We should sit down and have a coffee because I want to share with you this special opportunity. And it's like, oh, I can get you to lose weight by taking the juice detox diet or anything like that. It's like, no, just fucking eat real food. And this detox thing that we try and look at, hey, cats, when we try and look at the detox and people say, oh, like, you know, I'm going to detox things from my body, this is what the liver, okay, the liver in your body, that you have a liver, okay, that is your natural detox. That is what's going to detoxify everything. Sweat, urine, and your liver is going to help you detox, okay? You don't need to go on a juice fast. You need to stop eating shit food. When you stop eating shit food, that's what's going to help you detox, okay? That's where you're getting your toxins from. Guess where else toxins come from? Alcohol, all that stuff, okay? And so the simple way to detox is to not do it. That's it. You don't need a juice. Like, juice, I don't know why juice is going to help you detox. Like, your liver's done plenty of detoxing, and it's going to keep detoxing for the rest of your life, okay? So if someone's trying to say that shit, tell them to fuck off right now. Get the fuck out of here. If you guys have any other questions in the meantime, you can keep asking, but that was about the celery juice diet. Man, these fucking diets that are coming out are blowing me away. Let me just check if I've got any other questions coming in. How can I stop eating bad food at home? Oh, that's a good question. Well, it's not this one. There we go. How can you stop eating bad food at home? I'll tell you how you can stop eating bad food at home. You don't buy it. It's really that simple. Like, as much as you can try and do other crazy things, why not just not buy the food and keep it at home? Like, for me, I know Nutella. Fuck, I love Nutella, right? I'm just gonna say it right now. I'm a Nutella fanatic. But Nutella ain't gonna come to my house. Because if I take Nutella to my house, actually, it won't even come to my house. Like, I would buy the Nutella from Woolworths or from Coles. I would start walking back home and I would be eating Nutella on the way. I can't get your question sticker, but I was going to ask. I don't drink coffee. I don't want to take a pre-workout. What can give me more energy? You don't want coffee. You don't want pre-workout. What can give you more energy? Food. Carbohydrates are a natural source of energy. So do you want more energy for your workout, or do you just want more energy in general? So if you want more energy in general, if you stop eating white bread, will it help in losing fat? No, it will not help in losing fat. What you need to focus on is a calorie deficit. Actually, a great guy you should be following, who is he's a researcher in fitness and nutrition, and he just showed a study that they did two different studies, right? People who were eating bread, people who weren't eating bread. People who were eating bread were able to sustain their diet longer because they could have the food they enjoyed, and they're actually able to lose weight. So you can have bread, you can have whatever you want. As long as you are in a calorie deficit, as long as you are tracking your calories, you are going to be absolutely fine. I can guarantee you that. But you need to first look about how many calories do you need to lose weight. Once you know that, then you got to figure out where the bread's going to fit in. If you're going to have a sandwich after a workout, perfect time to have your white bread because it's high glycemic. So the SC blog, I would say for you, what you need to do is you need to start tracking your food using MyFitnessPal. Send me a message because I've got a link that I can send you to that's got a video explaining how to track your calories and stuff like that. Now, if you want to improve your energy in general and you don't drink coffee, try green tea. Try not eating shitty food, because shitty food makes us feel shitty, especially when we have highly processed food. Yeah, there you go, no worries. Because what happens when you eat highly processed food? You get a spike in blood sugar, and then your blood sugar drops, then you have low energy. But if you have non-processed food that takes longer to digest in the body, you're going to have an even level of blood glucose, which means you're not going to get the ups and downs. So that's a good way to have more energy. Number two is that you can just get up, and the more movement you do, the more energy you have. Like, Do you ever feel like you're really tired and you go and have a workout and you come back and you feel fresh and energized? The same thing can happen if you go for a 15-minute walk. Go for a 15-minute walk and come back and see if that makes you feel more energized. It's like simple things you do that you've got to look at what you do in your day that's actually making you tired. If you're sitting down all day and you get, like if you're sitting like this, you get lethargic. Like if you sit at your desk all day, like who wants to get up from this comfortable position? You just start to feel lazy. You're like, I don't even want to get up. Oh my God, it feels so good. But when you get up, when you start moving, all of a sudden you've got energy. You feel lifeblood. And that's what you say, like, you know, you get energy after you go and have a workout. So the same thing, you don't have to have a workout, but like, man, just go for a walk or drink some green tea. Look at what your food's actually like. Are you having whole food? Are you having whole food, not processed food? I mean, look, you can have a little bit of processed food, like I say, but like a majority of your food should be whole and nutritious, because that's what's going to give you energy at the end of the day. That's what's going to make you feel good. That's what's going to get you energized. And when you do that, that's what's going to help keep you prolonged during the day. So I would say they're probably the biggest things. Green tea. You could probably try, what's another one? Not Garcinia. What's it called? Guava? No, guava. Maybe it's guava. There's a couple of things out there that you can have that don't have caffeine in them, but it still can help you. So give those guarana, I think. Guarana, yeah, that's it. Guava, guarana. Hey, Sadvi, so that was, I hope that answered the question. You can't see the sticker, that's weird, huh? What other questions have I got here that's come up? Sorry, just going through. If you guys have got any other questions, post them in the comments. It's not coming up. But we were talking about your environment. So how do you stop overeating at... Jesus, how did I get out of that question? How do I stop eating bad food at home? You don't buy the food, okay? Hey Barry, how you doing? Like if you are seriously trying to lose weight and you find yourself overeating at home, you find yourself overeating certain foods, don't bring that shit into your house. I can't bring Nutella into my house. I can't even bring Nutella out of the shop because it won't make it to my house. I'll just eat it on the way because it tastes so goddamn good. So I know I can't have that stuff in my house. And you've got to find out for you, like, what are those foods that you just simply can't keep in the house? When you keep those trigger foods away, guess what? You're not going to have to eat them. Like, if I open my fridge now and I'm like, man, I'm craving something, it is depressing when I look at it in my fridge. I'm like, well, I don't want to eat fucking more broccoli. And so I don't overeat. And like, that's just the thing that it is. It's like, it's just that you make that conscious effort to not buy those trigger foods, to not buy the foods that cause you to overeat. They're not in the house. You're less likely to go and eat them, because humans are naturally lazy and we don't want to go and do things. We don't want to use a lot of effort. So like, if it's at the fridge and if we can't get it from the fridge and we have to go out and get the food, it's like, I don't think I want to go to the shops. Like, I'm exhausted from work. I don't want to go to the shops. And so you don't overeat food. You're just like, oh, I guess I'm going to go and do nothing. And so that's what you got to think about. Like, if you get rid of those foods, if you cut them out, if you forget about them, then guess what? They're not going to be there. You're not going to go out. You're not going to go and eat those trigger foods. Satviki. What type of plateau? Like a weight loss plateau, a strength plateau? There's a lot of different plateaus out there. I'm assuming... Why do you crave bad carbs? Because you eat bad carbs. Seriously. It's just like a never-ending cycle. You eat sugar, you crave sugar. That's all that happens. You have to break it by not having those bad carbs, and I can guarantee you, after about a week or two, you're going to change those, change your cravings. It's going to take a long time. It's going to take a lot of time and effort, but when you keep it away from you, it's much easier to achieve. Yes, weight loss plateau. Okay, so if you're at a weight loss plateau, guess what? You're either eating too many calories. That's it. You're eating too much food. So you need to look at what you're eating on a daily basis. Again, this goes back to tracking your food, looking at MyFitnessPal, or looking at your portion sizes and understanding how much food you're eating, I guess I would say. And then from there, what you would do is you would figure out, okay, I need to be eating less than this. So you go online, look at a calorie calculator, look at how many calories you should be eating, then you look at how many calories you are eating, and you're like, okay, I'm probably eating about the same. Now I need to take away 10 to 15%. When you cut it by 10 to 15%, that's what's going to be able to help you lose weight in the long run. So if you are at a weight loss plateau, it's simply because you're eating too much food. It's not because you're training, unless you're actually not training. You should be training. But a lot of people, like, we try and look for these magic things. It's like, there is no magic thing. You've just got to make sure you stay in that deficit, and you do that by food. Nutrition is the most easiest thing to adjust. It's the most easiest thing to change. And when you do that, guess what? It's the most easiest thing to stick to and lose weight. Okay? So I hope that question helped you. Like, you could simply start with 1 meal a day and change that. You could be like, okay, I'm eating really shit at breakfast. I'm going to change that to make my deficit. Then I'm going to work on lunch. Then I'm going to work on dinner, and you move on from there. So I hope that helps, Advocate. first thing, remember, go on MyFitnessPal, write in all your foods, see how many calories you're eating during the day, then you got to figure out how many calories you need to be in a calorie deficit. Great, awesome. Okay, so does anybody have any other questions before I go? Because I've got another 15 minutes before I go and see a client, but if no one's got any other questions, I'll be doing this tomorrow anyway, so if the questions come up, you can simply just pop in your question in my little, on my sticker in my stories where I say it's my daily Q&A, ask your questions. Otherwise, I will be answering the comments tomorrow. Not sure what time tomorrow, because I just do this whenever between my clients, and I'll just go from there. So appreciate you guys watching, appreciate you guys following me. Hope you have a great afternoon. Darren, how you doing, mate? Good to see ya, but you've just tuned in to the end, so make sure to go and watch this again. Speak to you guys next time. Hey, thanks for listening to the podcast. I really appreciate it. So now you've listened all the way to the end. That means you get some free goodies. So what you can do is you've got two different options, or you can take them both. I've got an intermittent fasting cheat sheet and a high protein 20 recipe meal guide designed specifically for you in your situation. These meal plans and this intermittent fasting guide is designed to help you burn stubborn belly fat and get in the best shape of your life. So all you have to do is go to the show notes, click on the download link, and they'll get sent straight to your email address. It's as simple as that. They're completely free. They're going to help you transform your body. So go to the show notes now and download your free guides, and I'll speak to you in the next episode.